Hi everyone. Under the banner of ICCS Computer Education, I'm Raj Patra. Welcome you to the Skill Development Program. I'm going to share with you a very interesting poem. The title of the poem is The Ant and the Cricket. A fable is a story, often with animals as characters, that conveys a moral. Fable is something which is not based on fact. This poem about an ant and a cricket contains idea of far-reaching significance. A cricket, a lazy creature who has to suffer for his laziness. An ant, she is hard-working and miserly. Student must know that the insect cricket has 4 legs. Then why does the poet says that some cricket have 2 legs? The poet is comparing the lazy cricket to the 2-leg creatures, the human beings. The poet wants to suggest that this story is not entirely a fable. Rather, it is related to the real world. Some people are as careless and lazy as the cricket is in this poem. Just like the cricket, some humans also don't plan out for the future or for the bad times. They just enjoy the present moment. The poet is thus calling such people as mindless as the cricket. So let's discuss the stranger number 1. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Which means that there was a cricket who loved to sing. The poet calls him young and silly because he sang all summer and spring, with no worries in the world. He began to complain as the winter arrived. He found that his cupboard was empty and he had no food to eat. Neither a leaf nor a flower could he found. Everything was covered under the snow. The cricket cried as he imagined his bad situation. Now let's move to the stranger number 2. At last, to a miserly ant, to see if to keep him alive he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Which means finally out of hunger and starvation, being all wet and cold, the cricket set off to the house of a miserly ant. He wanted to know if the ant would lend him a mouthful of grain and a shelter from the rain. He promised himself that he would repay the ant. He knew that if he did not do this, he would die of hunger and pain. Stranger number 3 says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket not. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Which means the ant said to the cricket that he is his servant and friend, but they neither borrow nor lend. He asked the cricket if he did not store a single grain of food when the weather was warm. The cricket carelessly replies that he sang day and night as his heart was light and happy. He did not store any food. The ant told him to go and dance the winter away. Let's move to stanza number 4. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Fox call this a fable, I'll warrant, if true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Thus ending the conversation, the ant quickly closed the door and turned the poor little cricket out of the house. People call this a fable, but the poet says that he assures it is true that some crickets have 4 legs and some crickets have 2. Now, my dear friends, our students, I am going to explain you once again that, as you know, insects crickets have 4 legs. Then why does the poet says that some crickets have 2 legs? The poet is comparing the lazy cricket to the 2-legged creatures, the human beings. The poet wants to suggest that this story is not entirely a fable. Rather, it is related to the real world. Some people are as careless and lazy as the cricket is in this poem. Just like the cricket, some humans also don't plan out for the future or for the bad times. They just enjoy the present moment. The poet is thus calling such people as mindless as cricket.